in Seattle, and we're reunited, and it feels so good. That was good, guys. Welcome to the Deanna Cruz Unfiltered podcast, the first podcast officially recorded in 2019. Hi, guys.
Hey.
We got
Hi.
Jeffster. We got Nurse Tatas over here. We got Tech Tom. So glad to have you back, Tech Tom. I missed you. How are your holidays? Just give me a nod. It was great. Thumbs up. Yeah. I heard you knitted like a sweater. No, it was a scarf. Can you do sweaters?
It could have been a sweater.
It was a very long scarf. Beautiful color, though.
Why didn't you bring it downstairs?
I didn't want to mess it up.
No. Well, how are your holidays, guys? I don't even want to start with Jeffster yet because I know he's got beef with the airlines.
That's true.
Nurse Tatas?
Mine was very good. I spent a lot of time with family. I also ended up in the emergency room.
Oh, yeah, I saw
But
that
other than
picture.
that, it was all good.
That was crazy.
It sucked.
But here's my thing.
Thanks for checking in on me, guys.
I know. I knew.
I was checking in and she was giving me shit. Like, leave her alone, Jeff.
Because you kept asking for a damn picture. I'm like, the girl is almost dead, and you're asking her for a picture. Let it be.
I was playfully showing that we care.
It was her sister answering, and I don't think her sister found it funny. Did she?
She didn't say anything about it. She was, all your friends really care about you,
Oh,
Yeah,
see?
yeah.
Mission accomplished.
Yes, but then
I
Cindy,
like the proof of life.
Yeah.
proof of life. That's my thing. I'm like, okay, first off, this is Cindy, and probably doesn't even have a newspaper in Miami, right? Where is she gonna find that in
Hospital
order to take
waiting
a
room.
picture?
Hello.
No, there is no newspaper in there either. Everything is digital these days. You should know this,
They've got
including
magazines.
this podcast.
They've got whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm alive and well.
Here's my question though. This keeps happening to you.
Yeah.
So before your insurance runs out and you can't pay to go to the emergency room, can we please get you tested and see what is happening? Like, what are you really allergic to?
Yeah. I'll call and try to see if I can make an appointment on Monday, but if I can't get it by the end of the month, then my insurance is out.
You need to get
Did you
on
not
that.
renew?
I'll have to apply for the state insurance now because what I'm on right now is the work insurance. But
Can you apply for that anytime? You don't have to be. Doesn't have to be open enrollment.
Yes. Once you're let go of the job,
if
or
there's a change,
your hours go down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Change of
You have a
circumstance.
qualifying life event.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
I guess I should start working on that.
Yeah, but even if
don't fuck that up.
you get the state insurance,
Don't be
though,
like me.
it probably wouldn't cover for you to be tested. So I would try to go get it.
I don't know. I feel like some people get really good coverage from the state.
Some people do, some people don't. I guess it depends on what plan you pick.
I know in California it's great.
Is it?
My friends in California who are broke musicians and have the state plan, like they get whatever they need and they pay basically nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
We need to move to California.
I know.
We'll see. Yeah, because I rolled the dice recently, but now it's like, okay, I've had to use epinephrine twice in like 3 months. So
Yeah. And how much would that cost? Did you even look to see how much that would cost out of pocket?
I think an EpiPen out of pocket would be like a G.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to have one and
jacked
carry
up-
around?
They
Yeah.
jacked up the price on EpiPen.
That's why
Oh
Big
my-
Farm
oh, God.
are
Yeah. Oh, I'm well aware. I just didn't realize.
yeah.
Yeah. They jacked up
Jeez.
the prices on that.
Mm-hmm.
Jeffster, so tell us about your airline stories.
Oh, well, I mean, I won't go too far into it, but everyone has airline stories. But I feel like I've got exceptional ones lately with one airline in particular.
You don't want to say the airline name?
Hell yeah, I do.
Okay.
It's my life. I'm making my life's work to make sure no one ever flies American Airlines.
Why do you keep flying them then?
Well, we have a monopoly now. Like, there's only 4 airlines, really.
Yeah.
American, United, Delta, Alaska, basically. Those are like the 4
Southwest.
big ones. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But when you're flying
JetBlue.
to a place like
Love
Lexington,
JetBlue.
Kentucky, you don't have many options. There's 3 airlines that go in there: United, Delta, and American. But American has just screwed me royally like the last 4 times I've flown them. And it's always something that's like totally within their control. It's not weather. It's not, it's always just incompetence. And then they're just like, they won't admit it. They try to blame it on weather or something. But it's BS.
So this last incident, what happened?
Oh, it was glorious. We left late for, they didn't tell us why. I'm trying to get home from Lexington, Kentucky. We fly out very late. Then they made up a lot of that time in the air, which was good because everyone on the plane's freaking out. They're like, we got tight connections to make it's nighttime. So all the connections are the last flights of the night.
Where were you flying to?
I'm flying from Lexington to Dallas.
Dallas.
DFW. Everyone's got to catch the last connections of the night, right? We leave late. Everyone's freaking out. They make up most of the time in the air, which is great. They almost pulled it off. We land. We're still late, but everyone might make it. We get to the gate. And we sit at the gate for 39 minutes.
Like you're at the gate or you're waiting
At the
to
gate.
pull up to the gate?
No, we're at the gate. And our flight attendant is at the door waiting to open it. But the jet bridge is 20 feet away because there's no gate agent at the gate to operate the jet bridge to dock it with the plane. All they had to do is have one employee go to that gate to meet our plane. And for 39 minutes, they couldn't make that happen. And so everyone on our flight missed all of their connections, which were the last flights of the night. So what did they have to do?
Terrible.
Because they couldn't plan well enough to get one employee at our gate, they had to rebook everyone on flights in the morning. They had to give everyone free taxis, free meals, free hotels. I stayed in a grimy Embassy Suites 4 miles
They're
from
not
the
that
airport.
bad.
This one was. It was funny.
They
They're
can
like,
be.
we put you in our best hotel option. And I looked at it said Embassy Suites, and I was like, oh, okay, that'll be fine. It was gross.
Was it?
Yeah, it was weird. I mean, I'm not picky.
Yeah.
But if I were picky,
I mean, I know you're not. I know you're not picky because I
I'm not
stayed with
picky.
you in LA. Remember?
right? Yeah, you know, I'll do what I got to do. And
It was
I'm,
worse. No,
if I'm paying
it can't be that bad.
If I'm paying the bill, like I'll put up with anything.
Right.
But I was really surprised.
Wow. Yeah. But you did eat, right?
I did eat. You know what I ate? No, I get to
eating,
the
by the
hotel at 1:30 in the morning. There's nothing open. Well, the only option is there's a Whataburger.
What
Like
a burger.
across-
A what?
Like,
Wait, I don't know what that is.
Whataburger is
We
like
had it
it's like a
Tallahassee.
burger chain in the South.
Water burger.
What a burger.
What's a burger?
We used to call it what a shit in college.
You know,
I've never even heard of this chain.
Yeah, I hadn't either.
What a burger. So you
They're
hadn't heard of
They're
What a
24
burger
hours. No, I had not heard of them.
until your trip to Dallas.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm at my Embassy Suites. It's 1:30 in the morning. All I want is like some food and a beer.
And it's
too late
across
for
the
beer.
way?
Too late for beer anywhere.
Yeah.
The only food option is I can have like pizza delivered, or I can hike to Whataburger, which is like across a 4-lane highway from where I am.
And you're not doing that.
And
on
I
a
started
busted
to.
knee.
So I'm on a busted knee. I've got a brace on. I've got crutches, and it's like 30 degrees outside. And I start going, and I like barely make it out of the parking lot, and then I'm just like shivering and shaking, and I'm like, there's no sidewalks.
Yeah.
And it's just like all this uneven terrain and like crazy medians that are like 3 feet
No.
high. I'm like, this ain't happening. I can
Yeah.
see the burger place, but I'm like, in my mind, it's like 1,000 miles away. It's never gonna happen.
What'd you end up doing?
I turned around, I go back in, and I got tuna from. They have like a little gift shop. They have a little snack stand, like
Like a vending machine or no?
no, just
Oh,
like
it's
a
like-
little corner next to the front desk where they have like Snickers and shit.
Okay.
I got a tuna thing. It had like Starkist tuna,
There's your protein.
a packet of mayonnaise and crackers and relish. You mix it up yourself.
Yeah. I've
and
seen
then
those.
you eat it. I got that. I got
Way healthier.
Pretty healthy, yeah.
Way healthier than what a burger.
Oh yeah. No, you know, I was looking at the Whataburger menu on my phone before I went over there, and because I was gonna order online and have it ready when I got there. Good thing I didn't do that because I never would have gotten there.
Right.
But like everything's like 1,200 calories for a burger.
Well, that's what you
1,100.
needed at that time, though.
I did. I mean, I had barely eaten all day, but
Yeah.
it sounded really good. I was gonna do it, but
You could have just like rolled across the highway.
man, I couldn't do it. It was like uphill too. I barely got out of the parking lot. And I was like, I've bitten off more than I can chew here.
Well, you did better with the tuna.
I got
The can of
tuna, crackers. I got almonds and a Cliff Bar.
Look at you.
Oh yeah,
Picture of health.
yeah.
Wait, so what time did you have to be back at the airport the next morning?
I flew out at 10:30, so I got there about 9:30.
All
9:30.
right, not bad. I thought of you because I saw this story, and it was out of Kentucky. So a few Kentucky police officers, they decided to be a little funny, and I have a picture so you could see here. But they responded after a driver of a Krispy Kreme donut truck noticed his vehicle was smoking. Right, so it calls the police. They get there, and I mean, I want to say that it was up in flames. There was a fire. Yeah, you could see it here, and the cops decided to pose like of them crying in front of the Krispy Kreme truck. You see it? And then there's another one. Let's see. There was another one of him like, yeah. So it's going to bring me to Twitter. But he's on the side of the highway. What? You know the guy?
No. My chair just keeps creaking.
Oh, see, that was like the tweet. You see it?
Whoa.
You see the Krispy Kreme truck? And I love donuts, so that's pretty sad too. But you know how they're always saying how cops eat, you know.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, so that's why they did it. But the best follow-up to this story was at least this tragedy had a happy ending because Krispy Kreme then sent the Kentucky police officers a huge delivery of donuts.
Of course.
Nice.
Of course. Truckload of donuts.
Well, the whole thing went viral because
Yeah.
the cops were like, being funny about it. But I thought of you because I was like, look who's in Kentucky.
My
Yep.
first thought as you started telling that story was like, two people broke into this truck and were smoking weed in it, and then it caught fire, and they were eating all the donuts.
All the donuts. That's how you would think of it. That's totally a waste.
I gotta admit, I thought of that too.
Are you serious?
That's where I thought the story was going.
I
for
mean, I
sure.
knew it wasn't going to go there, so I kept my mouth shut, but it crossed my mind.
It did cross your mind?
Yeah.
Oh, I
That
didn't.
there was going to be some stoner donut eating component.
That's why it caught fire, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's not. Hey, they didn't say the reason for the fire, so that could still potentially be what caused it.
Yeah.
But we just don't know.
We may never know.
I do like Krispy Kreme.
The whole point of the. Do you want to go to Krispy Kreme right now?
We could go. They're probably hot right now.
Yeah.
could go
Aren't they
get 'em.
open 24 hours here in Seattle?
I don't know. They're
They're
open
far
late.
away. There's nothing around
down in
here,
Soto.
right?
Yeah, they're in Soto.
And they bake them
That's
there.
not that far.
They bake them there, and they.
She's looking.
I'm
Get
gonna
'em
see what
fresh.
time they're. Oh, I don't
like-
want any because I told myself the
how
month
we-
of January I'm not doing any sugar, no cheat days, or it's a dry January for me.
Wait,
I'm not drinking
If
anything.
you can't have alcohol,
you.
you also can't have a donut.
I told myself I don't want to. I usually do that the month of January because I've I ate too much in December. I ate too much crap.
Okay,
and
so
sugar and
so
stuff.
is it time
So-
for New Year's resolutions? Is that what
It's
we're
not
talking
a
about?
New Year's. It's closed. Damn it.
I feel that. I feel that way too, girl. But
What do you
I
mean?
haven't gotten clean yet.
What do you mean?
Do we
All
have
the sugar
resolutions?
And the alcohol.
It's just I wouldn't say it's a resolution. It's just what I do every January because I just feel like from December and all the partying and stuff. So then I just do a dry January and just don't have my cheat days. Even though I know I'm super strict during the week, I just won't eat any other things on the weekend. I'll continue a really healthy lifestyle.
What other kind of resolutions do you have going?
Me, my New Year's resolutions, to clean up some messes from 2018.
I won't ask any questions.
It would be to obviously get back in the whole radio thing, but to be happy and content where I'm at right now, So, and that's where that gratitude book comes in. Did you start yet? No,
But I will. School starts this week, so I'm gonna.
so you're not gonna have time for it.
No, I'm gonna get more structured. I'm gonna
Okay.
get more structured. I'm gonna have it on my coffee table. I took it off the coffee table, put it in my backpack. I was like, I'm gonna do it when I go to work. And then I get to work and get busy.
Yeah.
But I think as long as I keep it on the coffee table, maybe my New Year's resolution needs to be to wake up earlier so I can actually sit down and enjoy
5
my
minutes.
coffee and write in it before I leave. So it doesn't leave my coffee table.
So that means going to bed earlier for you,
Yeah.
just a little bit.
Yeah.
Hardest thing ever.
Yes.
Like the key to every program, every self-help program I've ever encountered all involves like doing stuff for yourself first thing in the morning. And you just have to put aside that time. And the best I've ever done is when I was doing CrossFit.
I was just gonna
regularly.
say
that was
the earliest you would ever get up.
that was a revelation for me. I mean, it wasn't about the getting up early. It was about just like forcing myself to do something at the same time every day.
Yeah.
And making it the priority over everything else.
Right. Starting your day off and on the right step, like right.
Yeah. Mind you guys, that was an 11:30 class.
Yeah, 11:30.
Yeah, it wasn't like a 9 a.m. or a 7 a.m. class.
Yeah, well,
before that, it was at noon. So it was like a struggle for him to get
You know
there
what?
at noon.
When it moved from noon to 11:30,
Yeah,
I
it was
felt
the end
that.
of you.
I felt that. I felt that 30 minutes.
There's times where I will text Jeffster and be like, it's before 2 o'clock. I was like, he's not answering until like 2:30. And lo and behold, 2:30 comes around and you answer the text because that's when you're getting up.
Yep. Well,
Yeah.
I used to be just as bad
when you
as
work at
him.
night, when you get home at 3 in the morning.
I understand, but then
Yeah.
there's also times where, like the other day, we're trying to figure out when we should all get together, and I was like, I'm going to bed. But then it was 11 something, and then you're like, I'm sure Dee's probably in bed. I'm like, you're damn right, I'm in bed. I'm sleeping because
It was like
I'm
10 D. It was like 10.
No, it wasn't. No, I'll show you right now the text. It was not 10. He responded. It was like 11:30.
New D stays up pretty late. I like a new D. I'm
New
cool.
D
with new
stays up later than
Old D. Old D was like 7:30. She's done.
I would take a nap. I would usually take a
Old
nap
D was
around 3.
tapping out at like 9:40,
9:30.
9:15.
Yeah, I was usually in bed by 10 because I had to get up at 4.
Yeah.
Right? So, God, it was terrible.
And new Cindy wakes up way earlier than
like,
old Cindy
I don't
used
even
to.
know who that is anymore. Like, I'm like, who's this Cindy?
Yeah. She'll be like, "Are you up?" I'm like, "Yeah, bitch."
See, I'm assuming D is sleeping. 11:35. Thank you.
Okay.
I was sleeping. And plus, I put my phone on the floor and it's on vibrate, so I won't hear it when it buzzes or anything when you guys text back. But yeah,
Good.
Jeffster, what's your New Year's resolution? Anything? Now that's officially 2019?
No one wants to hear this, but it's literally to never, ever fly American Airlines again. And I know that sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I actually said that. I flew them in October to LA and back, and I had a ridiculous saga, which is actually worse than the story I just told that you guys have heard about. I won't bore anyone else with it. But after that, I said I'd never do it again. And then I did because it was the only way to get to where I wanted to go at a reasonable price at the time that I wanted. But it never works out that way. It never works out. It never gets you there the time you want to be there. And you get there 12 or 24 hours later. And, this time I was stranded in another city on crutches without any luggage because I checked my bags because I couldn't carry my bags. So it's just me and a backpack with like my cell phone charger and a travel pillow. Thank you, Cindy.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
And so yeah, just me and my crutches, just kicking it in Dallas, trying to get some food.
Had you ever been to Dallas or no?
I've just passed through. I haven't really hung out.
Well, at least you spent the night in Dallas.
I spent the night in an Embassy Suites a couple
Dallas.
miles from the airport, and I didn't really experience it.
Because of situations like that, I started packing like underwear
in your bag.
in my backpack. Just like, okay, I might rewear these clothes, but at least I'll have like fresh underwear because like you never know what's gonna happen for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I do pack certain things. Like I have my medicines and things that if I need them in there, I've got chargers for everything. But I don't. Whatever. If I stink, I'm sorry.
You're used to it. Yeah.
It wasn't my fault, guys.
We're used to it too. I now every time I travel, I usually do a carry-on. I can't tell you the last time I've actually checked my bag. Unless,
I would never have checked if I wasn't on crutches.
Yeah, unless I'm like about to get, and they're like, "Oh, you need to check your bag. There's not enough space." And there's always still space on the flight. There is. There's still some overhead. I saw that space. I could put my suitcase there. So I'll check it then. But normally, I won't check my bag. And I've traveled all the way to Europe and not checked a bag.
Really?
Yeah. My mom was like, "I don't know how you do it."
I did 5 weeks in Europe with a backpack.
Wow,
I mean,
that's impressive.
I mean, a lot
can't
of people do more with
Right,
less.
right.
I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah, but I do like to I like obviously my phone and charger, all that stuff at hand when I need it.
Yeah.
Like in my seat.
Yeah. No, totally.
Whether I'm going on a 3-day trip or like a 2-week trip, it's the same big ass suitcase.
So you always check it?
Always.
Always?
It's $30 each way now.
Because I
That's
put
expensive.
because I'm like I got my shoes, I got my hair dryer, I got the like I pack the same essentials, whether it's a 3-day trip or whatever, and it's like I either have a lot of options of what I'm gonna wear over those 3 days, or if it's a 2-3 week trip, like I'm gonna wash things and I'm gonna reuse them. But it's like pretty much just pack the same.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. You got to have your system.
I'm kind of. I guess that's where the one like place where I'm kind of a little bit of a diva.
All right.
I gotta have all my stuff. Like I gotta.
It's funny because I don't picture you like that. Because
I'm not
you're
really
not
a
like that
diva.
when I go visit you and stop by your apartment. You don't need that many things.
But I like my makeup.
But
and
but you don't have like an enormous amount of makeup.
And I think I don't. But it's like I don't know. I never I can't make decisions. Is more like it. So it's like
You want to
I
have
might
those
want this,
options.
and I might want this, and I might want this.
You want options.
I know something about that.
Wait,
Not
what?
making decisions.
No, about decisions
Options?
and packing and anxiety and not.
So for me, I just feel better if I bring it all.
See, I'm the planner where I will actually be like, Monday I'm going to wear this, so I'll bring that. I'll wear this. Use these jeans on Friday, so then just the top here and so. That's how I pack.
No, I get it.
You know what, Dino?
Yeah.
Can't you see that? In
No,
me?
I can, absolutely can. And
Yeah.
and I do the same thing.
Yeah.
But I don't pull it off. Like you do it
I
and you get it done. Whereas like I do the same thing. I want to be like the perfect packer. I want to be super efficient.
Yeah.
Only pack what I need. No more. Carry it all on. Make it last for the entire trip. Okay, I need exactly this many clothes, and then I'll do laundry, and then I'll have exactly enough clothes left to make it through the trip. But like the problem is like my crazy OCD, ADD brain.
Yeah, that's...
I will think of every possible situation, every possible contingency, everything I could possibly ever need or want on this trip.
Yeah.
And it's overwhelming. It's like coming at me 100 miles an hour, and I just like I get incapacitated by it.
But Jeff, I don't understand why it's such a problem for you. I mean, all we've ever seen you in is like jeans and a black t-shirt. Let's be serious.
Yeah.
Like, I'm serious.
No, okay.
That's all I've seen Jeff in. So it's like, do you own anything else besides that? No. So why is this such a problem?
Right. I understand. I don't expect anyone to understand. It doesn't make any sense. It's completely nuts.
Although I will think like this. I'll be like, well, am I going to go out? Oh, I need a going out outfit or something nice or whatever. Okay, am I going to see family? Then I need this. So I'll think about those things, but I feel like I'm fine.
Well, I think off of what you said, though, is also like being comfortable in your body. And so I feel like for me, always, especially like being overweight, and like now I'm less overweight, but like
you look good.
Yeah,
Thanks.
you do look good.
But it's like
Where's Tata?
a self-image thing, and so it's like I can't say I'm definitely gonna wear this, and this because I don't definitely feel like I'm gonna look good in those things.
Yeah.
Where it's like, and I know that's a big difference between me and a lot of my friends who are like pretty fit, and like it's like, oh, I'm wearing this, and for me it's like I need options because I'm gonna put it on, I'm gonna feel like crap, and I'm gonna think I look like crap.
No, I mean, but I get like that too, though.
I'm gonna, but it's not like so. Like I want more options, and then usually end up wearing jeans and a black shirt.
Yeah. You end up, you packed all this stuff. They're like, and you're like, why did I bring this? I didn't even wear it, but you just want the option to have it.
I wore about 25% of what I packed this trip.
Yeah, I probably the same. Okay, so I've been having this problem, this packing anxiety. I love traveling. I love flying. I even kind of like the bullshit of flying. Like even when things go wrong,
American Airlines?
and things go
You like
crazy. The exception is American Airlines.
Okay.
I do not like that. If things go wrong that are that are forgivable, that's fine. I'll just roll with it. But when it's just this same company that is completely incompetent, and yet they refuse to admit it, and they're just defiant assholes about it.
By the way, pause on that. Have you ever written American Airlines a letter, an email, and complained?
Well, after my like really horrible experience in October, like literally I had that horrible flight, and then I had surgery the next day, and I was just like incapacitated for weeks. So, so no, I didn't do anything about it. But this one I am.
Okay,
this one
you should.
This one I'm
but
throwing
also
a fit.
mention that last one in
I
LA
will.
too. Yeah.
I don't know what I'll get. I might get a voucher for $200 or something.
Yeah, but it's still something.
So this trip,
Not that you'll use it though. But
this trip, my I don't know, my brain is getting worse, right? When it comes to like OCD, packing anxiety.
Okay.
And this trip, I missed my flight. Tom was here. Tom was here to take me to the airport, and just I could not get a suitcase with rational items in it, packed and out the door. I couldn't do it.
You're giving me anxiety
I know.
just telling this story.
It doesn't make any sense. It's the craziest. I can't even explain it.
Yeah.
So I attempted to explain it to someone, and I just kind of wrote this stream of consciousness thing just to kind of give you an idea of what my brain is doing.
You wrote
and
this?
I have it here on my phone.
Are you going to read that whole thing?
It's not as long as it looks.
I don't know if we have
but it's kind
20
of
minutes.
It's kind of entertaining.
Go ahead and read it.
I mean, this is for there's some people out there somewhere who
I have a lot of
will relate
anxiety.
to this.
Yeah.
And everyone else can just laugh at it, and that's fine with me too. Because
who did you write this for? Though,
because
yourself?
when I'm not in the middle of it, I'm laughing at it too because it's the most absurd thing ever. But when I'm in the middle of it, I literally just I want to kill myself. It's crazy.
Okay.
Who did I write it for? I just was trying to explain. Someone's like, "Why did you miss your flight?" I'm like, "Anxiety, weird thing." And they're like, "What do you mean?" So I tried to explain it, and this is what came out. All right. So I love traveling and flying. It's the packing that gives me problems, right? My brain goes a million miles a second and thinks of every possible scenario I might encounter on my trip and all the ways that I can pack and prepare for those. And it literally just never stops. So So then, of course, I can't pack for every contingency, so I have to prioritize things, which is another disaster. And then I have to find the absolute most efficient way to pack my bags so everything fits in my carry-ons. And then I realize I have to bring a giant winter coat, and I need to put it in my suitcase because I don't want to be carrying it around on crutches. But the giant jacket will never fit in my carry-on suitcase, so I'm going to have to check the large suitcase. But my big suitcase is all busted, and the wheels are broken, the handle's broken, and I don't really want to bring that. But fuck, I'm running out of time, and my little carry-on, all my little carry-on bottles, bathroom stuff, my little 1-ounce bathroom bottles, they all need to be refilled, and I don't have time to fuck with that, so I guess I'll just check the big bag so I can just throw all my full-size bathroom shit in there, right? But now I have to figure out what things are going to go in my carry-on in case my check bag gets lost, which ended up mattering. And the weather is crazy, so it's hard to predict what I'll need to wear, and I'm going to have to pack clothes am I going to pack clothes for every single day, or am I going to plan to do laundry on this trip? If I'm going to do laundry, how many times will I do it? Okay, if I have the clothes I'm wearing, plus 6 more days of clothes, then on the 7th day of the trip, I'll wash everything except what I'm wearing that day, and then I'll have exactly enough clean clothes to complete the remaining 6 days of the trip. So that means I need 6 pairs of socks, 6 pairs of boxers, 6 black undershirts. But do I want V-neck or crew neck undershirts? Or do I want both?
Important.
How many of each? If it's going under a button-down shirt, then I want it to be V-neck.
Oh my God.
But if I'm wearing it by itself, I prefer crew neck. But if I'm going to wear just a t-shirt some days, then I might want it to be a colored t-shirt instead of a black undershirt, because the only jeans that fit over my swollen knee and my brace are black, and I don't want to be black from head to toe. And if I needed 6 of something, it has to be my favorite 6. The best 6 socks, best 6 boxers, the best 6 undershirts. Except, fuck, I only have 4 V-necks. Is 4 enough? Fuck you, just throw a bunch of shit in a bag.
Yes!
But now the bag is overweight. Fuck. And it goes on and on.
Okay, from now on, you are no longer Jeffster. You are OCD Jeff.
Jeff.
It
next
only
time,
manifests itself really in certain things.
Next time,
That is
call
one of them.
D.
Yeah.
She'll help you, man.
I know.
Don't
right?
call me the day you need to be on this flight.
The
Call
night
me
before.
at least 3 days. This is Jeff we're talking about. Call me 3 days before the flight. I will come over and help you prioritize everything. I'm serious. Because I don't, up until like this last trip, I waited for the day, the day before to pack for my flight, right? And my flight was leaving. It's like an 11:30 a.m. flight. So I could have packed the morning of. I can't do that because that will give me anxiety. So I'll do it the night before. But sometimes when it's when I'm going to Portugal and stuff like that, I will start packing 3 or 4 days beforehand. Because I will, like you, think of all these like situations and scenarios and what if I need this, and I'll start putting clothes to the side and be like, all right. And so you can't wait until the day of your flight to pack.
I understand. The problem.
I do it the
I'm not yelling
morning
at
of.
you.
No, I
Jeff.
understand.
I can't do it the morning of. It gets my heart racing, and I'm like, I can't. So I usually do it the night before or the day before. But if it's a long trip or I'm staying somewhere for like over a week, I'll usually do it 3 or 4 days beforehand.
So that makes total sense, and I agree 100%.
Yeah.
My brain doesn't make any sense. So the thing is, no matter how early I start, I can start at 8 a.m. for like a red-eye flight that night. It doesn't matter when I start. I will fill whatever time I have. I will fill, and then 40 minutes after I should have left for the airport, I'll still be freaking out about something.
So wait a minute. So did you miss your flight?
I missed my first flight, and I flew. Then here's a pro tip: if you know you're gonna miss your flight,
Call the airline.
No, do not call the airline. You have to show up. If you show up and if you show up like you made an attempt to get your flight, like within maybe 2 hours of when it leaves. If you show up, you try to get there, you made a good faith effort to catch the flight, they'll rebook you for free if they can.
Okay.
But if you just call and say, I'm not going to make it, they're like, well, tough shit. Good luck.
Jeff, can I ask you, how many flights have you missed because of this in your life? This is not the first time.
I can think of 3, and it might be more.
Really?
Yeah. When I did that 5 weeks in Europe, I missed my flight. The first time I visited Seattle, I missed my flight.
Were they all related to packing and the anxiety?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never missed a flight.
It's weird.
And you'd think that I've probably missed many flights.
Yeah.
Never missed a flight.
No?
Because I got it down, man. It's like I'm bringing this one bag and I'm throwing every fucking thing in it.
And your bag is huge. It's like a duffel
It is.
bag.
And it's always,
Just
I'm
throw
like,
everything
let's
in
just
there.
hope it's not more than 50 pounds.
Oh,
And lately
yeah.
I've been getting it about 44 pounds.
Really?
That's awesome.
It's so funny.
I'm amazed that I made it to Europe because for Europe, I was packing for like an open-ended trip, weeks and
But
weeks.
I mean, like I
And
said,
was
it's
doing
only
it-
black t-shirts and jeans,
Right, yeah.
and you're all set.
And it was in a backpack, so like I was doing crazy shit. Like I was like, okay, I'm bringing this plastic dry bag like you would take in a canoe or something, and I'm gonna do laundry in it, and I've got like my own detergent. I'm gonna do, like I was planning for crazy hostel living, staying in hostels.
Next
I
time
don't
my
think-
mom asks me
Has
how
Dee
you're
ever
doing,
stayed in a hostel?
I have actually.
Okay.
I have. Next time my mom asks how you're doing, I'm gonna be like, Mom.
He's out of his mind.
Yes.
No, it's crippling.
You would drive me crazy.
It is.
You would absolutely
Niño
drive me
es
crazy.
loco.
Huh?
Niño es loco.
Yeah,
Yeah.
muy loco.
Yeah.
Muy loco.
You would drive me nuts.
Yeah,
I'm
this is-
glad we're friends.
This is the stuff that I'm battling like every second of my life.
So it's not only
But it
packing.
comes out like I can't control it when it comes to packing. But it's every morning like I've got a drawer of identical black t-shirts,
Yeah.
but which one do I put on
I'm
today?
buying you a new pack.
It's ridiculous.
But
Like,
you could just close your eyes and grab one.
And they're all the same. But to Jeff, they're not. One has a stain, one doesn't.
but
one,
like
one has
I
a
shit you
V-neck, the other one's
not. They are
All the same.
almost the same.
Yeah.
But like today I put one on and it was like a wetsuit. It was like skin tight. And I was like, what is happening? This is disgusting.
Did you ever think maybe I gained some weight over break?
Christmas?
No, it wasn't
You didn't
that.
think that?
That's not it.
That
Like,
was what I would think that. I'd be like,
that,
did I gain some weight?
That shitty Calvin Klein undershirt just shrank more than the rest of them for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe it got dried on high by somebody who was not me.
Your mom. Did you do laundry
Maybe.
at home? Maybe
no.
it was your mom. Oh.
So check it out. I did my calculations right.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I have exactly enough clothes to. I'll halfway through the trip, I'll do laundry, and then I'll wear them all again. But I had enough days where I just like didn't shower and didn't put on fresh clothes that I made it through the whole trip without ever. So I could have packed half. I could have packed half of the shit that I brought.
Did anyone binge watch any shows during break?
No.
Did you go? Do you have Netflix at your mom's or no?
Yeah, I could watch whatever I want. but
on
I
your
didn't.
phone.
I found a new show.
What?
It was called Killing Eve.
What's that
Have
one?
you heard
on?
of that?
What's that? It's on Netflix or no?
Hulu.
Okay.
I think it was Hulu. And it's Christina Yang from Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, I just heard about this. Is she hosting? Is this the one that's hosting the Globes? No. Yes, maybe. No.
I don't know.
Okay, anyways. So
But anyways, it's so she is like becomes a detective and is like stalking a serial killer, but the serial killer's kind of stalking her.
ooh.
And there's like some close calls and like serial killer's like kind of borderline obsessed with her.
What's it called?
Killing Eve.
Killing Eve. Okay.
And there's only been one season so far, but I watched it in like 2 days.
All
It was
right.
cool.
Did you do that at home or did you do that
At home
At home.
before I left. But when school is over,
Yeah.
it's like, I want to watch something. What can I watch? And like, that looked interesting.
Yeah.
And I like, oddly enough, I really like serial killer shit.
I do too, but I like them based on true stories like Dateline.
That too. I like that too. I like
A lot of people.
forensic
I
You
love
guys are not
Dateline.
alone. A lot of people
I
like
love
that shit.
Dateline.
Yeah.
I'll like really be actually before you guys came downstairs, I was saying how I downloaded a new podcast. And for all of my East Coast friends, Aaron Hernandez was a Patriots player who then went to jail and was tried and convicted. I believe he was convicted for murder.
and killed himself.
And then he ended up killing himself.
Maybe, unless somebody killed him and staged it.
But I think he killed himself though.
Do you?
I don't know. Well, there's a podcast called Introducing Gladiator, Aaron Hernandez in football. There's 8 episodes. I haven't started listening to it yet, but the reason it came up is I believe they're going to do a Lifetime movie about it, or they're thinking of doing something for Netflix or whatever it is. And I was like, ooh, I want to hear this, right?
That'd be interesting.
It would be interesting. So yeah. So I ended up subscribing to it, but I haven't listened to it yet. The first episode. I did binge watch because everybody, I think, over winter break, when I went on Twitter, Facebook, all this stuff, we're talking about Bird Box. And I was like, the hell is Bird Box?
I've been hearing about it.
Don't
I don't
talk
know, I don't know
about
what the
Bird
hell it is.
Box.
Oh my God, it was so good.
I liked it.
Yeah, so
Wait, so it's a new series
Sandra-
and you finished it?
It's
No,
a
no,
movie.
it's actually it's a
It's a
Netflix movie.
Sandra
Okay.
Bullock is in it.
I thought when we started it,
I
my
thought it was going to
aunt
be a series.
brought it up as a TV show, and I was like, "Why is this still happening? Why is this still going on? Like, when is this episode going to end?"
Oh.
And she's like, "It's a movie," and we're all like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like, but we obviously finished it. It was good. But
It was really good. It was scary. All I can think of was like the first 5 minutes of the movie. I was like terrified already. I was like, I don't know if I want to watch this. It was a little too bloody for me. Because it was a lot of stuff happening.
Was that bloody?
I don't know. I just didn't like that much. It was kind of making me like.
Yeah, my sister walked out.
She did.
Yeah. For like 30 minutes, she was like, I can't with this. You guys are crazy. I can't with this.
Because you're like trying to figure out what's going on.
I can't even.
Yeah. You're trying to figure out what's going on. Like, why is this happening?
But she kept holding on, and she kept like, no, you guys, and yelling at us. And then like after like an hour, she was like, good night, bye. And
then towards the end, then you figure out why it's called Bird Box, which was cool. And then there was the Bird Box challenge, which is if you watch the movie, you'll see that everyone's like blindfolded.
Blindfolded doing what?
Trying to stay alive.
I think you're allowed to like say why, because they unfold that pretty early on in the show.
You think so?
Right?
I don't want to ruin for you. You have to watch it.
Everybody go watch Bird Box.
Tech Tom has to watch it too.
So do I.
But then Netflix actually released a statement saying like, please stop with the Bird Box challenge. We don't want anyone to get injured, because what happens, the whole movie starts with Sandra Bullock. She's blindfolded with her 2 kids, and they're trying to get onto this boat, so they can like escape whatever is happening.
So I've seen memes joking about this.
Yeah,
stuff. So
that's why. The Bird Box challenge is like people actually blindfolding themselves and trying to get through life, and it's not happening.
Right. And then recently there was, so this movie is something like if you take the blindfold off, you die, right?
Kind of.
Maybe.
And then there was what, Quiet Place, where if you make a sound, you die. Remember that was a few months ago. It was like John Krasinski, I think, and his wife.
Seen it.
No, yeah, no.
Well, that was
Is that on Netflix? You're talking about?
I don't know if it's on Netflix yet, but
What is it called? Quiet Place.
The Quiet Place or A Quiet Place.
Okay.
I didn't see it, but I saw some meme about I don't know. It was about Helen Keller, how she survived Quiet Place and Bird Box.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And when you watch Bird Box, you'll understand.
Okay.
Yeah, totally understand that.
I'm sure that meme is in very poor taste.
Yeah,
but I don't fully understand it yet, but I will.
But watch it. Watch it tonight when we leave.
Well, I'm glad it's a movie and not a series, because
yeah, sometimes series
You
I
can
get.
watch it tonight, dude.
That's what I just said.
Tonight.
I could.
Yeah. But that's sometimes series I get kind of like, well, it just come, like I want it to be quick. An hour and a half was cool.
Yeah.
Or was it 2 hours?
That's probably 2 hours.
Was the movie 2 hours? I can't remember.
Probably.
The other movie that I ended up watching, it's called Dumplin'. And with Jennifer Aniston. And
I also thought that was going to be a show.
Me too. But it has to do with a lot of Dolly Parton music.
How's she looking these days?
She looks great.
I love her.
She played a mom on there. The girl was what, 13, 14? The girl was in.
I didn't watch it, but beauty pageant.
Yes. Yeah. It has to do with a beauty pageant. And then Dolly Parton. Not that Dolly Parton was in it, but all her music was. A lot of her music. And
she's great.
I think you would like it. It was
What's
actually Dumplin'.
So
Dumplin'.
Jennifer Aniston's like she's a beauty queen, mother of like a chubby girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the chubby girl is like, F this stuff. But then she decides to
enter
into the pageant and stuff. And so it's like, self-love.
It was a good story.
I'm in.
Yeah, so those two.
Yeah.
So Bird Box,
it.
Dumplin', watch that one.
I'll probably watch it tonight.
And then after
You're going to sleep.
Yeah.
No, she's getting an Uber.
Sydney was asleep.
I'm telling you a real story upstairs. True story. And Cindy is passed out. Jeff is like just kept looking at me like, yo, she's passed out over there on the couch right next to me. I'm like, she didn't give 2 shits.
15 minutes before we started recording.
FYI, I knew the story.
I know you knew. I know. I was giving you an update. You didn't know the update.
Oh no, we're not
out.
hating. We're just saying you're
so
overworked
funny.
and you're tired.
Yeah. I was pretty tired.
Yeah.
Working
but then she's like, give me a whiskey sour. Let's get on the mic. Cheers.
Cheers.
And there's tatas.
And there's tatas. The funny part was after watching Bird Box last night, I had to watch something funny because I was like, I'm going to dream about this all night. This is not good. So I ended up watching.
And you ate some pizza rolls and they gave you nightmares?
No. I don't
no, that was
pizza
Tech
rolls.
Tom.
Remember, I'm doing a very clean January, so no pizza rolls.
Yeah.
No pizza rolls.
Not that you would ever eat them anyway.
No,
Unless she was at Allie and Max.
yeah. And it was really a late night. But Ellen DeGeneres has a stand-up. It's the first time she returned on stage for Netflix. And I decided to watch that. And then as I'm watching, I was like, I think I watched this before. And I did. I had watched that episode before because her jokes, I was like, These jokes
it's
sound
not that new?
familiar. No, I watched it, but then I apparently I forgot I watched it. So when it's replaying, I was like, this all sounds very familiar. Anyhow, she recorded it in Seattle, so it was
nice.
So it's her stand up, but it's a good one if you want to just kind of like laugh a little bit.
That's new on Netflix or old?
Yeah, it's new on there.
I'll watch that tonight.
All right.
You won't
We got a
remember
lot of shit to
anything.
watch tonight.
Yeah,
We
so
should
Bird
just
Box,
turn the mics off and
Dumpling,
start watching TV.
Quiet
Hangover.
Place. Yeah, like there was a couple other shows too. I saw either was it on Hulu or I know what I want to watch,
I
but
like
I don't
you
know
say
if I
that.
have it. Hulu.
You say Hulu with like a Spanish accent.
Little Hulu. I like it. Sorry.
It's like that, and I also roll my R's when I say three. It's always like, yeah, that's my Portuguese coming out. But what was I gonna say? It's a Lifetime series, and they released this yesterday. It's called Surviving R. Kelly, and R. Kelly is trying to sue Lifetime now, but it came out yesterday, and it's there's an episode today and tomorrow, so I need to go on Hulu and see if they have Lifetime because I need to watch this. I need to watch this R. Kelly special.
So-
What like?
Two things.
Who is it? His victims?
Yeah.
So two things.
Yes.
All of us, first of all of us are still, every day we are all surviving R. Kelly.
Yes.
And number one.
But it's his, yeah.
Number two.
Let me get that.
is the. Yeah, exactly.
You know, that
Yeah, no,
beep,
it's
beep.
absurd. Like it's absurd, like what the guy has done, and yet, all is, like no one cares. It's all forgiven. The things he's done to like women and minors.
Yeah.
And
I
yet
think
he gets a pass.
on this Lifetime special, his brother is like talking on here, and I think speaking of him and Aaliyah's relationship, and someone else like an old dancer. I don't know if it's on the Lifetime special or something I just read. An old dancer saying how he saw R. Kelly have sex with Aaliyah, and she was like 14 at the time, and so it was
Sounds
like,
about right.
yeah. So this is like he's saying he's gonna sue Lifetime. Lifetime was like, go ahead. So they went on and yeah. So I want to see if it's on Hulu. I'm not sure if it is, but I need to watch it.
Because number
I'll check
one,
the
we're
Hulu.
all surviving R. Kelly. Number two, this sounds like the most D show I've ever heard of.
Yeah. Aside love and hip hop, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I mean, it's
this
just-
girl likes to watch my cat, so she could come over and catch up on Love and Hip Hop and what is the rapper?
But you don't need Cindy to watch
T.I.
that
Oh
stuff.
no, I don't watch Ti anymore.
You watch that shit yourself, though. You don't need Cindy, do you?
No.
No.
This is because I don't have cable, and I don't
She'll
have.
use my box before.
When you had cable, I used to come over and catch up on this. Or VH1. I don't think you have the VH1
Not
app
anymore,
either.
no.
So that's why I don't ever go over her house now.
Now she
watch her
didn't care
cats.
about me.
Yeah. So
Cable's for suckers.
but I have to figure out another way to get it because I do miss those shows. Or Growing Up Hip Hop was another one I really liked.
Have you seen
We'll get you sorted.
the Whitney
We'll get you sorted, D.
Houston?
I saw that on the plane.
Me too.
Oh my god, I loved it! Yes, I watched it on the plane.
Okay, here's a question.
What?
Are there like?
Oh, and there was
do you
another
have-
movie I watched on
Do
the
you
plane.
have do you have different plane viewing habits than normal viewing habits? Like when you're on
What do
a
you mean?
plane, are you in the mood for a certain type of thing?
Yeah, I want something funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can't be something too serious because then I have to pay attention to it, and I'm like,
Right.
and you know how the headphones usually suck, so you can't really like.
The headphones are always terrible.
Always suck. So I
Always.
can't really pay attention to what they're saying. And anytime I watched a series or a really, really good movie, I always, when I get back, I'm like, gotta watch that again. Cause
Yeah.
So I end up watching something funny that I can carry.
Exactly.
So I ended up watching Crazy Rich Asians.
I did.
Are we on the same flight?
We were both flying Delta, apparently.
Yeah, we were. Yes.
We must have
So
been.
flying,
Americans got it too.
That's what they offer.
Yeah, so flying from Seattle to where did I go to Boston? Yes, I was on Delta,
Okay.
but flying back I was on United, and then I didn't download the United app on my iPad, so I couldn't watch
That's the
anything.
worst. You have to have the latest version. So if you don't download it before the doors close,
I completely forgot
You're
because I
screwed.
have it on my phone, but then I don't have a headphone jack on my phone.
right, you got to have the adapter.
And I didn't have the adapter
Yeah.
on me, so I was like, you know what I did? I listened to podcasts the whole way back.
That would have been a blessing in disguise for me because I feel obligated to watch movies on planes because I don't
they're
really
long
watch
flights.
movies.
Yeah.
Especially right now, like being so busy, like I don't watch that stuff. And so it was like, I feel like, oh my God, I got to watch everything
Yeah.
I can. So like on the way from here to Miami, I caught up on all of Walking Dead. Finished it.
Oh my god.
And then on the way back, I watched
Crazy Rich Asians?
Crazy Rich Asians.
And then the Whitney
I watched
Houston?
the Whitney Houston thing, and I
Oh.
watched
What
one
else?
other thing. Keep talking. I'm gonna think about it.
I on my flight to Boston, that's when I watched Crazy Rich Asians, and it was actually better than what I thought it was going to be. Because I didn't. It had a better storyline. Yeah, it didn't. What?
Hotel Artemis. It's actually
that sounds familiar. But I don't
it
know
was pretty
what
cool
is that?
because like the main character was a nurse. Like,
really?
Yeah, but she was like an old alcoholic, like badass nurse. And
A future Cindy.
I
I'm
felt-
just joking.
I'm not gonna lie. I did like I felt some like
Some
ghost
connection there?
sister
Kindred
go.
spirit.
But it
Yeah.
was like a futuristic, like what do you call it? Like world. on
It's
the
a movie
decline.
though, right? It's a movie.
a movie.
Okay.
And so like
Utopia, dystopia.
dystopia
Okay.
kind of thing in LA. And so there's all these riots and like the world's going to shit, but she runs this like Hotel Artemis, which is for not ex-cons, but just like criminals. But you have to have a membership and you have like a chip and you can only get in if you got the membership. And she can only take care of like 9 people at a time. But
Is
it
it
has
good?
all these. I thought it was good. I mean, it wasn't like, oh my God, it was the most amazing, but it was good. And I just liked her. And the nurse is Jodie Foster. And she's like old and she's got like a limp and like,
Oh.
it was.
Jodie Foster's
It
great.
was pretty legit. So I started with that. I start with the serious right off the bat.
Okay.
Order my drinks. And then I'm like, all right, okay. And what's next? Fun. Let's do something fun.
Right.
Let's do Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, I still got 2 hours. Whitney Houston. Let's get
Yes.
serious.
Yeah. I liked Whitney Houston's
Yes.
story. It was kind of it's sad. It's a sad story.
I'm missing the last 15 minutes because we landed.
I
That's
missed
the
like
worst.
the last 5-10
That's the
minutes.
worst.
I have my headphones still on, and then I was like, oh, I gotta finish this. Gotta finish this. gotta
You're like,
finish
don't
this.
talk.
That's the worst. Like I started a movie on my first flight, and then I had like 5-10 minutes left, and then I had to finish it on the second flight.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a few things to say about watching movies on planes. First of all, I love long flights. I'm fine with it. Like I've been to Australia. I've taken 15, 16-hour flights.
Same.
People are like, "Oh my God, I can't. How can you do that? I could never do that." I love it
I got a list of
'Cause it's
movies
like-
to watch.
because it's
As
like
long as the seat's comfortable
It's
and
like-
I can like
'cause
stretch
it's
out
like-
my legs.
because basically I live my whole life. My entire life is like every second of my life. There's like a list of 1,000 things in the back of my brain that I should be doing that
Yeah.
I'm not doing. Right, but when I'm on that 15-hour flight, I can't do any of those things.
Right.
I can do whatever the fuck I want, guilt free.
Right.
For 15 hours, all I have to do is eat, sleep, piss, watch a movie, talk to my bandmate next to me, and then rinse and repeat. Like, it's the greatest. I love it. And I enjoy it. So, okay, back to neurotic Jeff. Okay, getting ready for a flight,
OCD
right?
Jeff.
Packing, preparing for the flight. Oh, I should load some stuff onto my iPad that I want to watch. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh gosh, what do I want to watch? What were those things that Cindy and Dee were talking about? I should illegally download those and put them onto my iPad.
Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh well, shit! I don't have time for that. Maybe I won't do that. Oh my God. So there's always some stuff on my iPad. Then I get on the plane, and I'm like, okay, should I watch that stuff I put on there? No, I don't want to watch any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll see what they have on the thing. But then like, I don't know. Like I have to make a decision. Like I have decision paralysis. I don't want to go through that. I don't want the anxiety of picking out what to watch, right? And the sound is going to be terrible, and the headphone jack, and I got to get the adapter, and everything sucks, right? So then like, oh, what's that guy in the row in front of me watching? Oh, always watching The Martian. I've seen The Martian. It was pretty good, but and then I end up watching The Martian on his screen.
On his screen.
Between the seats with no sound.
He's talked about this before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching someone else's
Between
film
the seats.
from halfway through the movie. I pick it up, watch it between the seats with no audio, and that's how I spend my flight.
You don't ever
So wait a
pick
minute,
your
did
own?
you watch?
And then they change the movie because they decide they don't like it. I'm like, what are you doing? I was watching that.
Wait a minute. So did you watch anything on your flight to Kentucky?
I actually did. No, on the flight to Kentucky, I don't think. On the way back, okay, I actually did get over myself and pick up film from their provided stuff. Got over the decision paralysis, and I picked something. And I picked All the President's Men, which is
Isn't that an older movie?
yeah, it's Robert Redford, Dustin Hoffman. They are
Wow.
they are Woodward and Bernstein, the journalists who broke the Watergate story about Nixon. And I watched it, and it was great. And I realized later the only reason I was able to watch it and understand what they were saying is because there's no music in that film. There's almost no music. It's just dialogue. So after I finished that film, I tried to watch Mission Impossible, which has a bunch of music, and you couldn't understand the audio is so bad on the airplanes. It's like so distorted.
Yeah.
You couldn't understand the dialogue at all.
Yeah,
like nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Like I have to pay attention.
All I heard was soundtrack.
You must just,
So I just
be
gave
so
up.
musically inclined because I don't think I would even notice if one had a score and one didn't.
I didn't really notice either until I watched another movie that did have a
that was
score.
louder probably.
But this old movie is like, it's from another era. Like if you made a movie like that now, no one would watch it. But
Which one?
All the President's Men.
All the President's.
It's great, but like.
But that's not that old, that movie. I want to say it's
No, we're talking 70s.
over 10 years.
Oh yeah, 70s. Yeah.
In the 70s? Yeah. Really? Oh. What wasn't there a movie that remade that whole Watergate story? I want to say there was another movie that was, in the past 10 years.
I don't know.
No?
Maybe.
Oh, that wasn't
not
on,
that comes
on
to
your
mind.
list. That wasn't on your list?
No. No.
Okay. I want to Google it because I want to.
But it's something I've been thinking about a lot lately, given our current administration and the parallels. Actually,
Nixon.
you know what?
2008. Yeah, look, it's 10 years ago. 2008. Frost Nixon.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that one. Haven't seen it. But it was, it was shocking.
1976.
Not to go down a political road.
Fell.
I just want to say that like watching this film and the stuff that was so scandalous, the stuff that was that brought down Nixon. I mean, it's a tenth. It's like it's 1% of the things that our current president has done.
And yes, I hear you.
I mean,
like, how's he get away with it?
He does
It's
no
just
wrong,
unbelievable.
Jeff. He does no wrong.
I know.
You are no longer part of the DCU crew.
So that's the thing. No, anybody you talk to that's Republican or voted for them, it's like
just
there's no talking. There's no talking to it. There's an excuse for everything.
yeah. I mean,
Everything you've been upset about other people,
Right.
it doesn't apply to him. It's just it's nuts.
So it was so quaint. It was so quaint to see like all these characters in this film. Like, can you believe what so and so did? They did this, and I'm like, we heard about that on day one.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Before he was
Yeah.
in power, yeah,
yeah,
crazy.
On a lighter note,
yeah.
let's talk about Dunkin' Donuts.
Ooh. Don't talk
Just
about
because-
donuts because I feel like I could eat some.
Because we were
I could
talking
totally
about
eat some,
Krispy
but you're
Kreme.
not allowed to eat any. D.
I'm not going to have any.
Uber Eats.
I'm good.
We should. Oh, Midnight Cookie Company.
Wait a minute.
Have you seen that?
Hey guys, no sugar. In Kentucky, are there Dunkin' Donuts? Yes,
Hell
right?
yeah.
And obviously Miami there, and obviously
Yeah.
Dunkin' is their headquarters in Canton, Massachusetts. So Dunkin' Donuts was my first job that I ever had. Making the time to make the donuts and the coffee and everything. But
I feel like I got you a Dunkin' Donuts something before.
coffee maybe?
Was it just a coffee?
I think
I thought it was
so.
like a
Pound of coffee or
memorabilia
something.
thing.
Tell us
but
how
maybe
you
I'm wrong.
stopped the robber.
Oh no, that was the ice cream shop.
Oh,
Oh yeah. No,
Was that
let's
Baskin
go back to
Robbins?
Dunkin'. Huh?
was it Baskin Robbins?
No, it was called JP Licks.
No.
Dunkin' Donuts. So I was back home, and obviously I always get my Dunkin' fix, but this time, so it's funny because I have my seasonal drinks. I'll stop in and I'll get my it was their salted caramel hot chocolate with a shot of espresso. So that's what usually I have. But then I read that Dunkin' Donuts is partnering up with Yoplait and coming out
What?
with Dunkin' flavor yogurts. And I don't know how I feel about this.
I feel like on my diet, no.
No bueno.
Just sounds like a bunch of sugar. I mean, how could it not
So
be?
much sugar, right?
Yeah.
So, but these are the flavors that they have: Boston cream donut,
Yes.
Oh God.
key mass. It's like that. I'm assuming that custard tasting yogurt.
They already have like other brands have that one, so I can just only assume that the Dunkin' Donuts one would be amazing.
They have an apple fritter one.
Okay.
I wonder if that includes chunks of apple in there. A cinnamon coffee roll one. Wouldn't mind trying that one, but I feel like that one would be super sugary.
They're all going to be 50 grams of sugar plus.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Ah.
Actually, let's find the label. And the last one they had was a French vanilla latte Yoplait yogurt.
These are yogurt. This is not yogurt. This is ice cream.
But it's it's Yoplait.
But that's the thing is it doesn't even give you the same satisfaction as an ice cream.
I'd
but
rather
it's
have
gonna,
an ice cream.
Fuck up your diet.
Yeah.
Like tenfold.
And then people think they're eating healthy because
Yeah,
it's a yogurt.
I had a yogurt this morning for breakfast.
It had 39 grams of sugar in it.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a few thoughts on this. First, Boston cream pie, Waffle House. You ever been to Waffle House? Who's been to
totally-
Waffle House?
What's Waffle
You
House?
got okay. You're from the
Tallahassee.
East Coast and
Yeah.
the South. You've definitely been to Waffle
Yeah.
House. You're from the
don't
East
think
Coast. You're
so.
from New England.
Yeah,
You've got Waffle House, but
I
you
believe
maybe
so, but I maybe.
it
Why?
wasn't-
What do you
it was
say?
not a
Might be more of
religion for
South.
you.
It might be more a South thing. I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know.
definitely. It's like a religion in the
Yeah,
South.
Okay.
It was right by my college campus.
All right, so growing up, like high school kid, like we get out
Tiger
of.
Woods knows about Waffle House. Sorry, keep going.
Oh, is there a scandal with him at Waffle House?
Keep going.
Is that where he
keep
got busted with an affair?
going. Like most of his women were like waitresses at Waffle House.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
Damn, is that where I need to get a job?
No. No, I mean,
I'm just joking. I'm joking.
I mean, all I can say is, God bless the women who work at Waffle House. I love them.
They put up with a lot of shit.
I love them, but many of them are not my type. But
They're Tiger Woods' type.
Yeah.
I guess so.
All right,
I'm
what
not
you
gonna-
don't want, Tiger
Carry
will
on,
take.
carry on,
Okay,
carry
what
on.
you don't
but
want,
God
Tiger
bless
will
them.
take.
They are doing God's work, and I could not live without them. Anyway, growing up, Kentucky, get out of school, high school. We all just go to the Waffle House. Like you're under 18, you're under 21. Like what the hell are you gonna do? You go to the Waffle House. You can get food. You can smoke. Like we could then. We can't anymore. I don't smoke, but my friends did.
Sure.
Where the hell is it going?
You
This? Boston cream pie.
Yeah, what do you?
They had a Boston cream pie. It was never ever on the menu. To this day, it's not on the menu.
It's an actual.
But they have it.
Really?
It's like secret.
Here's the thing, though.
Secret pie on the menu.
I'm not a fan of Boston cream.
No.
I don't even know what it is. It's a cake. It's not even a pie.
You don't
Yeah.
like the cream?
I don't like the cream. I'm
I
not
li-
somebody
I like
like
the
that.
cream.
That I don't know. It's this custard taste. I don't know. I'm
It's
not a
weird.
big fan of it.
But it's good.
It's real good.
It's
Yeah,
good.
The Boston cream. Eh.
Cindy knows what's
I'm
up.
surprised that Yoplait is not
Fist
coming
bump.
out with like the jelly donut yogurt.
Yes, I love the jelly donut too.
Here's
I love
the,
all the fillings.
I don't like the fillings. See, I pass on the fillings.
the only yogurt that's acceptable to me now is like plain Greek yogurt.
Plain, yeah, and then you could add your own.
Yeah,
stuff
then
to
I'll
it.
put on some nuts or something healthy, and then maybe a
Yeah.
little drizzle of honey. But that's it.
I will say this: going back and to the East Coast, there's Dunkin' Donuts. I don't ever really crave their donuts. I do crave my favorite spot in Rhode Island is called PVD Donuts. And they always switch up their menu, so they'll switch it up every month and change up their donuts, and it's like a gourmet donut, and I absolutely love it. So my friend Alicia picked me up, and she's like, "Where do you want to go?" And I go, it's been a while. She looked at me, she goes, "What donuts?" And I go, "PVD Donuts," because I hadn't gone in months.
that's what stands for like
Providence.
Providence.
Yeah, PVD.
Is that the same place that had the donut purse thing that you posted? a
That was at the
picture of?
airport.
Okay.
Yeah. There was a donut purse at the PVD, the airport in Providence.
nice.
Yeah. So I was like, but it's my favorite donut spot so far.
This is something I think the three of us are uniquely qualified to comment on.
Donuts?
No, I think
Brunch. Remember our brunch conversation with the
donuts, brunch. No, but it's about food.
Oh.
So we all grew up on the East Coast,
Yes.
or the Midwest, close to the East Coast, and now we all live on the West Coast. Now we're all like snooty coastal elites, right?
right.
I've
Okay.
always been a coastal elite puppy. I was just
Oh.
Florida, Miami,
Oh.
East Coast.
Okay,
elite.
okay. Well, tell me this. After having lived out here in Seattle with our our hippie ways out here, our I don't know,
Your hippie
our
ways.
leftist hippie ways out here. Going back east, how do you feel about the food? How do you feel about how your family eats? How do you feel about how your friends eat?
I've always, ever since I moved out of my parents' house and then I changed my eating habits, then obviously it's always going to be like, I'm going to be like, I wouldn't eat that. I wouldn't eat that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
So
know
it doesn't
exactly
have
what you
to
mean.
be, like, I didn't have to move to the West Coast for that. I realized that when I moved out of my parents' house.
Okay. Well, for me, it didn't really happen. I mean, when I moved, I moved out of my parents' house well before I moved to the West Coast, but I don't think I really understood how I should eat until I got out here. And now when I go back there and see how my friends and family eat, I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
there's no food in your food.
Yeah.
I would say
Nutrition.
this.
There's
Yeah.
no nutrition.
My parents eat pretty healthy.
Mine do too.
Yeah. Vegetables. Remember I sent you that picture?
Oh,
Rapini, broccoli wrap.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
So because my mom, I was like, Mommy, my friend Jeff, the one with the busted knee, doesn't know what this is. I think a big picture. So I sent you a picture. And then she goes,
I like
you said-
broccoli. I don't know
you
about
said-
that hairy broccoli.
Yeah, you said, I don't know what this is. She goes, tell me eat more vegetables. That's what she said.
I like your mom.
Yeah,
I like your
so
mom.
they eat pretty healthy. It was just a matter of, I think, like when we grew up. So and I have an older sister. So when I moved on to college and I tried to eat healthy, I will say I didn't know what I was doing. It's gonna sound funny until I joined CrossFit. And we started talking about paleo diets and all that stuff.
Caring
and
about your nutrition.
you started about, like you
Fueling
need
your
your proteins,
workouts.
fueling your work. Yeah, all that. And then I feel like through the paleo diet and then through other diet, it's like stuff like that is then I actually went to a nutritionist and learned more about food is then when I became a lot more the guru. Oh, no, I'm just joking. I'm gonna say the guru. But then I figured out
You
I was
could
like,
be
no.
a guru, except I'm like, nah, girl, I need some more flavor in my life. I ain't eating hard-boiled eggs every day.
Yeah, but I enjoy myself once in a while, just not the month of January.
I am proud of you, D.
Yeah.
When I met you, you were so hardcore. Like, you never enjoyed yourself. You'd enjoy yourself for like 1 hour per week. We would have like one donut and like half a cocktail per week.
Yeah.
And I like Nudie.
Yeah.
Nudie's pretty cool.
It's because I could sleep in a little longer.
Yeah, I like it.
We're
different.
crossing the barriers.
There's a middle ground. I
I'm coming
like it.
this way, and she's coming this way.
Yeah.
No, there's a middle ground that's this happy
Yeah.
place.
Yeah. But I think that's when I started to then be more vigilant of what I'm eating and stuff. And I was like, well, if you want to look a certain way, then you got to see what you're putting in your body.
Yeah, especially when you reach a certain age.
Yeah.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, I don't know. For me, it's like now.
Yeah. Well, you haven't been as active though. I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like.
true.
So you're.
I mean, just like
No.
Do you think
At
you-
some
I'm
point-
just messing
at some point, everything catches up with us, right?
Wait, but do you think you've gained weight since your whole knee surgery?
No, I've lost weight.
Yeah.
I've lost tons of muscle.
But do you
and-
feel like you're pudgy now or like not? How do you feel as a man? I don't know. I feel like for me, I
I'm fine.
just feel like
I'm
How do you
still.
feel
I'm
as a man,
I
Jeff?
feel like
As a man?
I was trying to say if
Okay,
it was
first of
me
all-
and I busted my knee and I couldn't work out because I work out all the time, I'd feel like a fat,
I'm still scrawny.
Yeah.
And I'm weaker than I was, and my ratio of muscle to fat is definitely not as good as it was. But I'm not overweight. I'm just,
Yeah, you don't have fat.
I'm scrawny and weak, but as soon as I'm recovered, I'll be back in shape.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it does stuff to your psyche for sure. I mean, when I busted my knee, I was like, it's like one of those like, oh, poor me. I really want to get in there. What can I do and try to still make it work? And then it's like, oh, I just can't. Okay, I'm not doing any of it, and I'm not gonna pay attention to my diet.
Yeah.
And it was just like, for me, I'm like a lot of all or nothing.
Yeah.
It's just spiral downward.
Yeah, for me, like for many weeks, I couldn't walk. I couldn't really carry things, so
Right.
I wasn't really preparing meals for myself. And like, I had some great friends who helped me out. Tech Tom. If it weren't for Tech Tom, I'd be dead from starvation by now.
I agree.
Aw.
Yeah, Tech Tom's the
Tom takes
best.
care of you.
Tech Tom likes to cook, and he takes good care of me.
Aw.
But I had some great friends bring me groceries. But sometimes when the groceries run out and Tech Tom's at work, my ass just couldn't feed myself really,
some frozen
or just
burritos.
it was just too much work, or just like I had nothing in the house. And where was I going with this?
About eating healthy.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I dropped the ball, or didn't eat enough. Didn't eat at all. Some days.
All I'm gonna say about the whole like how you eat with your family and being from the East Coast and moving over, whatever, is my parents do eat pretty healthy. But yeah, sure enough, go down to South Florida, and it was at home. We cooked eggs and bacon, which is what I eat all the time. But then it was like, oh, I really want to get some croquetas. Like, oh, I want them so bad. But we didn't go to like a restaurant and get croquetas. My sister told her husband, like, hey, when you go to the market, just pick up some. We'll fry them up, like in the freezer. And that, I'm pretty sure, is what put me in the hospital. Because when we looked at it after, the list of ingredients that went into this like 2 to 3 inch croqueta was like 100 ingredients.
Let's tell people what a croqueta is.
So,
Croqueta.
Croqueta.
Siri.
I can't say it.
Yeah,
Croqueta.
in the American accent.
I don't have a
you
Latin
may
bone in
call
my
it
body.
That's great, though. I like it.
Crockett. When I worked at a Cuban restaurant in FSU in Tallahassee, like they were all super country, and it'd be like, and I worked at a Cuban restaurant, and it was like, let me get an order of the Crockett's. Let me get
The Davy Crockett's.
empanada. You got an empanada? Or I'd like to get the picadillo
A picadillo?
instead of picadillo.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyways, a croqueta is like, it's like minced ham fried, basically. But
In dough, in crust.
yeah,
Like,
it's like a
Breaded, maybe?
breaded, but not. It depends on where you go, how thick the breading is. But this box of frozen Goya, you know.
Oh, shout out to Goya, man.
Yeah, love Goya. However, they put me in the fucking hospital.
oh,
A Goya. It was like 100 ingredients. It was like red number 5,
yikes.
wheat, gluten, soy,
Yep.
this, that, like
Yep.
just 100 ingredients in this one
Yeah.
thing. And it's like, obviously it wasn't the eggs. Obviously it wasn't the bacon. We cooked it at home. I wasn't at a restaurant. And sitting at the table within 15 minutes of eating it, we were still at the table. I started just breaking out.
Oh God.
Yeah. And then it like multiplied. And then it multiplied more.
Yeah.
And then my sister was like, oh my God, we got to get
take
you
you
to the hospital. Which was really funny because she's not medical at all. And so like to have her taking care of me.
So, did you agree? Who freaked out first, you or your family?
She was freaking out. They were freaking out from the beginning. And I was like, I'm going to
It's
go.
okay, guys.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm going to go take a Benadryl. I got to meet up with my friends. They're having a party in my honor.
Yeah. So you, as a medical professional, you were like, "It's fine. I'm gonna be fine."
Yeah.
And they're like, "No, you're fucked up."
Yeah, they were having like a party, like all my friends at 3. It was like 2:45. I had already done my hair, put my makeup
This
on.
is afternoon.
I look good. Yeah, we had a late breakfast, and while we're sitting there, while we're sitting there, I'm like, "Ooh, that's kind of itchy." Oh, scratching my head. I'm gonna go take a Benadryl. My sister's like, I don't think you should go to this thing. Maybe you should take more than a Benadryl, you know? And I was like, just one. I'll be all right. When I walked to the bathroom, I had like 5 welts on my face.
Oh no.
Oh, wow.
Like on my cheeks, like right on my face. And I was like, all right, I'll take 2 Benadryl. I take that. Within minutes of me by myself, like just get my stuff together, multiplied. So I walk back out and I'm like, this is getting kind of bad. I think I'm going to take 2. And I think I'm just going to lay down and let it like kick in.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll like talk about it, you know?
But you never saw the severity of it. You refused to acknowledge the severity of it.
She wanted to go to the party. Come on. We
I
were
know.
talking about Cindy,
But,
okay?
like, if
her
you were-
friends are having a party for her honor.
But if you were your nurse, you would have looked at you and been like, "Girl, we got to get you to a doctor."
Not yet,
Okay.
but soon after. I still ignored it for
I'm
a
just
while.
trying to make a point about how
Yeah.
how we all think we're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I
Tougher
ignored
than we
it.
are.
I ignored it for a while, like after I knew.
Mhm.
But I was like, I took that Benadryl. It's gonna kick in any minute. You know, like
It'll kick in. I'll go to the
Yeah.
party. I'll look great. I definitely won't have welts on my face.
I'm talking to my sister, and I'm like, all right, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm just gonna take like a cold shower or bath to like, because at this point I wanted to start ripping my skin off of myself.
super itchy.
But still going to the party.
So
yeah, no,
itchy.
and still got to make it to the party.
Totally going to the
This
party.
is gonna help.
No skin.
Yeah. This is gonna help while the Benadryl
Making
does its
me itchy
thing,
now.
and I stop
Yeah.
getting itchy. Right? I'm just gonna lay in this thing. I get out of the bathtub, and now I'm just like head to toe covered. The
Oh,
welts,
God.
And the
the
welts.
welts that are there are like now connected to each other and just making like an inch thick skin over my skin. Like they've all married each other.
Isn't it amazing how
That's
like you
crazy.
can
Your
basically
skin-
turn into a mutant?
Yes.
And then it
Yeah.
comes and then it goes just as fast as it
Yes.
can.
It was disgusting.
It's
I was like,
amazing.
and my sister, she like busted in the bathroom because I was like, I'm fine, don't worry. You know, she just like breaks the door.
Are you at her house or at your parents' house? At her
My
house.
sister's.
Okay.
All right.
And she's just like,
I'm glad she did.
yeah. She's just like, what the? Oh, we're going to the hospital. And I'm like, okay.
Okay,
Like,
fine. Let me get some
Yeah,
clothes on.
yeah. And she's like, put on something comfy. I'm like, I'm putting on what I'm going to wear tonight.
I'm totally going out.
I'm still hospital, okay? After they give me steroids and they say I can breathe, I'm going to this
Why
party.
are we like this?
And when I got in the bathtub, like I made sure I didn't get my hair wet because I had just curled it.
Or your makeup, right? Yeah.
And so anyways, we're in the car and we're actually going to the urgent care. And as we're on the way to the urgent care, my sister looks at me and she goes, "How are your eyelids?" And I'm like, "What?" Like, that's a weird fucking question. Like, I've never had an issue with my eyelids. Like,
Right.
I was like, fine. Like, and then I was like, why? Like, do they look funny? And I open the mirror and I had like blisters.
Oh, no.
Like my eyelids were swollen.
You closed your eyes and she was like, "Oh my God." Because you can't see.
I didn't realize they were swollen. I couldn't feel it. But she was
now she's not going to the party.
So, yeah. When she said that and I looked at myself in the mirror, I was like,
damn.
We can't go to the urgent care. We need to go to the ER.
Oh my God.
And she's like, really? And I was like, they can't take care of me there.
But how did you know? You can't see your eyelids.
No,
She saw in the
I
mirror.
opened it and it was just, they looked like blisters.
Oh.
And I had like marks on my lips too. And the eyes.
Do you have a picture of your face?
I'll show
You
you.
closed your
Okay,
eyes and
okay.
it just spelled out, "I'm dying."
Yeah. So I called the urgent care, right? And I said, "Hey, so if somebody comes in with an allergic reaction, can you give IV medication there?" She goes, "Why would you give IV medication for an allergic reaction?" And I was like, "Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
We're going to the emergency room."
Anaphylaxis.
You're stupid.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to the emergency room.
Okay.
Well,
And so my sister
that's
turned around.
terrifying.
Yeah, my sister turned around and took me to the Holy Cross. And like, as soon as I got there, they're like, "Yeah, we're bringing you back right now." And I told the lady, like, "Oh yeah, we were on our way to the urgent care." She goes, "Girl, they wouldn't have taken you in the urgent care.
Girl,
like
you're a
this."
nurse.
Yeah.
Girl, you know.
Yeah. I was like, "Oh, okay." But my skin was so swollen and I have big veins, like you can see them. And it was so swollen that they stabbed me like 3 times.
Oh, really?
Because the skin was it was like an inch thick over my skin. You couldn't see
You were an X-Men.
You couldn't see any of my veins. Like, I'm still bruised
You were a mutant.
from what they did to me.
Right.
Because they like couldn't find my veins. But it was like finally once they got
You were
in.
actually bulletproof.
Yeah.
You could have fought crime and bounced bullets off your body.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And then I looked at the text like where my sister messaged you guys, and you guys were all worried about me. But then also the group text of all the friends who had got together to meet up for me with their kids and all this stuff. And my sister was like, "I'm so sorry, like you're not gonna be able to see Cindy after all this and blah blah blah." And like I was like, "Chris,"
She's fighting crime.
I'm like, "Chris, I'm gonna be discharged in an hour." She's like, "No, you're not. You might stay here the night."
yeah.
And I'm like, "No, I'm gonna be discharged in an hour,
And I'm going to this party.
Tell them I'm gonna be there,
But I'll be there late.
I'll be tired. I'll be tired and itchy.
I look like I had Parkinson's when I got
Oh,
there.
no.
Because they load you up with.
You got to the party.
I got to the party.
Oh.
Of course she did.
Of
It's
course she
Cindy.
did.
Her eyelids were no longer swollen, so
Yeah.
she can go.
Yeah. They load you up with Benadryl, a steroid, Pepsid, and epinephrine. And so, like, the steroid and the Benadryl make you tired and, like, well. But the epinephrine is adrenaline. It's pure adrenaline.
Yeah.
So it's like, I was like, kind of like just tired.
So Give me a
shot.
But my arms were like, "What's up?" You guys- I was just shaking.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, "Cindy, sit. Like, you're shaking." And I was like, "Am I?" Like, I didn't even notice I was shaking.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah. But I just wanted to say hi because I was only down there for 2 days. And I
Right.
was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
they're all there. Just drop me off. Somebody will take me home. My sister's like, "I'm not just dropping you off." I'm
Did
like,
she stay?
"Chris."
Did she stay?
No, I'm like, "You got a child at home. Go home. I love you. Thank you for
She
being
got a
there
baby
for me."
daddy. He'll take care.
But you know what was funny? It was like when they were
Her
discharging
husband.
me and stuff, it's like, I'm a nurse. Not only am I a nurse, I'm an ER nurse.
Yeah.
And she was being, it was cute because she loves me, but it was like asking all the questions that I know the answers to.
Right.
And a lot that don't even have answers, right? So it was like the doctor comes in, explains everything. I'm like, yep, yep, uh-huh. And I was like, "Do you have any questions?" My sister's like, "Yeah." And she's just like, "So what did this?"
How do I take care of my sister?
Yeah, what did this? And I'm like, look at her. I'm like, "We don't know." And she's like, like, "We don't know. Like, there's no way we know that."
Right.
Like, and then she's like, "Okay, so what shouldn't she have?" And
No
like,
food at
she
all.
just starts asking
This was
all-
not an allergy test.
Yeah, yeah,
This
yeah.
was just life-saving.
Yeah. I'm like, listen, we don't know what happened. We don't know what I can or can't have. We're going to play it by ear.
She should never have breakfast.
Yeah.
No more
You're not
brunch.
allowed to-
No more
you're-
croquitos.
She felt really bad.
No brunch
Sorry.
ever
She
again.
cooked not
For me.
coquito. I'm making coquito.
I'll have some coquito.
She's allergic to her sister.
Yeah, but she felt really bad because she cooked me breakfast that day, and so
Yeah.
then she felt really guilty. But she was good.
next
she
day
was a
she
good
did not cook you
caretaker.
breakfast, I hope.
Caretaker, but it was like the questions. I'm like, if you were in the medical field, you would know that that's like not a valid question.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So when are you
That's sweet,
taking
though.
that allergy test, huh?
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe
Get that insurance.
You better call. Yeah, exactly. Because I could just see this episode happening like when you don't have insurance, and now it's like, who's going to pay for that ER bill? Yes, Cindy. So get insurance and get tested, please.
Yes.
Let's
You
find
got
out what
insurance, Dee?
this- Yeah, I do. Doesn't mean I won't be paying an arm and a leg if I went to the ER. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, still,
You
you'd
get
be
a
like,
decent price?
it's
A
whatever
decent price?
what everyone else is paying for, like no coverage. You know what I
Well,
mean?
no, it's different depending on your income, you know?
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. It's just like I still feel like, oh, you have a doctor's appointment, a yearly, and this covered. The rest you gotta pay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's basically
We're all
basically
pretty
how it
screwed.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's all move to California.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad you're alive, Cindy. I'm
Me
glad you
too.
made it to
Me too.
2019. We rocked in the new year together. So
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did.
We have proof of life now.
yes, yes, thank you. Because I don't know what I would do if you couldn't make this podcast again.
We did ring in the new year together.
We did, and she was awake, and there was no breakouts.
Oh, I texted you guys, right? Didn't
No,
we?
you didn't.
No, you didn't.
No,
You didn't care
no,
about
no,
us.
no, no,
It's
What?
okay.
No.
On the New Year?
Screw
Yeah.
you.
Come
no, maybe
on.
I
didn't send you a
maybe
poem.
I text the group.
I had a poem. I sent a poem.
No.
Who the fuck did you
I
send it
text
to if you didn't
Tom.
send
I
it to
said
us?
Happy New Year's to text Tom. But
Where
I don't
were
know
you
if I
guys?
text the group. I think I did text
Wait,
the
you guys were on the East Coast. We were all on the
We
East
were
Coast.
here.
right?
Oh, we were here already.
I have no idea
Yeah,
what's
I
going on.
had. Yeah. Yeah. So we had a good time. But yes, this is 2019 to more podcasts that we're going to put together and all that good stuff. And our trip to Portland,
February 23rd.
Is that when you're going? Really?
Yeah.
I'm
what?
going to write that down.
I just got the official update yesterday that the keto meetup in Portland is February 23rd.
All right.
And I already canceled my family cabin trip.
Wow.
I let them know.
That's serious.
I let them know.
The
I
same
love
family
you.
that poisoned you?
Yes, I would cancel that too.
different family.
Yeah. But
But,
last time she
family.
was with them, she also got an allergic reaction.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
every time she's with family, this thing happens.
Just allergic to family.
Just saying. I'm
yeah.
just saying.
Well, I told him, I was like, I love you guys. I sleep on the couch anyways. Nobody cares about me.
Aw.
February 23rd. All right.
So donuts and strippers.
Yes.
Yeah, here we come. And keto.
Right.
Hey, thanks for listening to Deanna Cruz Unfiltered. Don't forget to leave a review or a 5-star rating. Every review helps more people discover the show. And you can find my social media links right above. Follow me. It's just at Deanna Cruz.